everyone, and welcome to another episode of Raine Builds. Today we're doing Hallow Slough in Pendula View at Willow Creek. I created a old lady for this one, Mae Wharton. I did the new thing where they have you answer questions about her personality and stuff, and it turns out she is a collector, whatever. This is an empty lot, as you can plainly tell. So I tried to be a little unique here. I doubt I succeeded. But she has grandkids, so I gave her a grandkids room upstairs where they can sleep and play if they ever come to visit. But when I went to the next build at Oak instead, I noticed some things that I took from that and kind of forgot about over the years. So I knew I wasn't that creative. So I've been doing things that I learned from previous builds, in old play, probably from 2017 onward. And I just forgot about it because, like I said, I have not been here in such a long time. This is all like a refresher course for me. So I tried. I really did. I think I may have mentioned it before. I'm just really anxious to get out of here and move on. I was over it after Foundry Cove. I want to move on, so I shouldn't do that, but I do, and it shows. I shouldn't say speed through it because it is sped up, but you know what? But I'm learning things, so I guess that's a good thing. As usual, there's not too much to tell you, but in this video, I am able to leave a link to my, I don't want to call it a web page because it's not. It's just a blog with a page. But I have that link below with the links I use for CC. It's not a beautiful page. It's not loaded with pictures and images of every single thing I ever downloaded. But it is there, and it is a reference if you're interested. And by the way, I did delete all of my CC. There is no more in my... After that MC command thing, everything started really messing up on me. So I just wiped the slate clean, and I'll start over again, and hopefully that will help. I don't know what happened. Because that is... Actually, for me, that is the first to have things go wonky like that. And the minute I got rid of everything, the game cleared itself up and it runs just fine. So, another funny thing I thought I'd mention is I had told you in a couple videos back that I was forced to download the Legacy Edition, but it turned out I didn't have to. So I fixed it and everything, but one of the things was that they had eliminated the ability to download any more of their content. And now that it's fixed, they've never done this before. I don't know if it's new for everyone, but all of a sudden now they're recommending downloads for me. We think you'd like pets or cats and dogs or whatever it's called. I'm like, really? Is that what you think? Well, good luck to you. So, I think I mentioned it before. I'm gonna hold out. If there is a Sims 5, I'll think about it, but I don't know. I really don't know. But it's funny. I also thought about it some more, and in the last video I mentioned about something that really weird that happened when I was subbing third graders. I think I can kind of tell you this story, and not risk too much. I mean, if his mom is watching this video and he happens to overhear it, there might be some problems, but it's just that very first thing in the morning, the bell rang, the kids were let in, and I stood at the door to greet everybody, and the lockers are right there along the wall at the door. And the minute I walked out the door, there's this kid on his knees on the floor, scraping up a bunch of money. And all the kids started hovering around him going, "Whoa, dude, that's a lot of money." And I'm like, oh boy. So I quickly went down and I touched his shoulder and I hid I used my hand to hide it, and I said, "Stop." And he kind of looked at me and I said, "You're doing something very dangerous right now, so just let me handle this." And he's like, it's okay, but and I'm like, no, it's not okay. So anyway, long story short, he let me have the wallet, but he started crying. He's going, "I'm gonna get in trouble, ain't I? I'm gonna get in trouble, ain't I?" I'm like, no. Why do you think you're gonna get in trouble? If you, he wanted to leave it in his locker, which has no lock on it, and every single kid knew that the money was there. And I'm not saying, it's sweet that he's guileless enough to believe he's safe, but I'm not. But again, long story short, he had over $500 on him, and he's in 3rd grade. There were a ton of $100 bills, a ton of $50 bills, a ton of $20 bills, a bunch of $10 bills, a few $5 bills, and some ones. Just cram-packed into this teeny tiny little wallet. And he was upset with me, but he knew I had it and he knew where it was. And at the end of the day, he came up to me and he gave it back and he said, "Thanks for not telling anybody," because I suggested that he take it to the office and have them hold on to it. I didn't want to be responsible for it either. And he lost it at that point. He started crying. He's going, "No, I'm in trouble, right? I'm in trouble, right?" I'm like, "You're not in trouble. You're not in trouble. But you will be if it gets stolen." It was crazy. So I already know, without even asking him, that he did not have permission to bring that to school, because throughout the day the kid was absolutely desperate for attention, and usually the wrong kind of attention. He was tough to handle, but I know, as old as I am, and as long as I've been around children, nothing should surprise me, but things still tend to shock me, and that was one of them. So I just thought I'd share that. I don't know. I mean, I have 2 kids of my own, and they're grown now, but I can't imagine. I was always the parent who, I don't want to say thought the worst of my kids, but always assumed that if something went wrong and they were involved, the interrogation had to begin somewhere. I never took for granted that my children were angels and they never did anything wrong. So I guess when stuff like that happens, I pity the parents. It's like, gosh, I do hope you didn't give him permission to bring all that money. It was probably his Christmas that he'd saved up over the year or something. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting. Probably boring. It was probably a very boring thing to tell you. Whatever. But that was it. See, that's what I'm telling you. I'm afraid to say things like that because I don't want it to come back and bite me on the bottom. And it just might. I don't know. That's the problem. I don't know. So I'm afraid. I'm afraid to say anything. Hey, maybe I didn't say whatever or but in that. I don't know. I don't know is another one. Yikes. What else did I want to mention? I mentioned the link in this house, which is looking very much like all of the other ones. But this was another fun build for me. I enjoyed it. I'm disappointed that I didn't put the bed along the window. I don't know why. I think I have mentioned it before that even from the start, I believe, that I have this feeling that I do everything the same. And I keep lining the walls with stuff. And it's not really my style. So I don't know why I do it in the game. It's weird. But I want to break away from that. So hopefully in the next neighborhood I will start doing that. I just finished Oakenstead. And then I have to do that Cypress Terrace. I'm not looking forward to that one at all. So it's just going to be a redecoration. I left them alone this time. You know, the building itself. And I just did some redecorating with these. But it is the last Willow Creek. I'm also, I believe this is my 11th video, so I'm able now to make playlists on YouTube. And I don't know that it really matters because I haven't uploaded any of my house flipper videos. But I might as well, because I think if you put it in a playlist, it will play in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's kind of convenient for people who like to binge watch, like me. I love binge watching when I get the chance. So maybe I'll make a playlist for the Sims 4 videos, I don't know. I suppose it would be kind of dumb to separate them by, cities or whatever they're called. Worlds. But I guess I could worry about that later. That isn't too big of a deal. I'll have to put more music in a video here. I noticed that my music, I'm trying to keep it low so that it doesn't overpower my already quiet voice. But I'm going to fiddle with it in this video, and I'm going to kind of leave it a little higher. I just want to see what happens. I mean, if it's a total mess, I'm not going to upload it, obviously, but I'm not going to lower it the way I normally do. I think I take it down 20 decibels, 25 decibels, so that it plays underneath my voice. But this time I'm only going to take it to 10 and see what happens. That probably was boring to hear too. Sorry. I think in Oakenstead I went back to... No, I didn't. No, I gave up. I tried to do the pictures instead of a walkthrough video, and it was just taking forever. I think because there's so many rooms. So that's probably where I screwed up. But with the smaller homes, I should do before and after pictures. And then with the bigger houses, I could do the walkthrough video. It just took too long. Not much else to tell you. I finally learned here doing terrain paint that there's an erase option. I never knew that. On my board it says terrain paint equals those brackets for the brush size. The soft brush is semicolon, but it says hold control to erase. And I've told you before, this board has been hanging on my wall since I started these videos, and I rarely ever look at it. I keep forgetting. I keep going back and correcting it with grass. If, you know, the terrain paint goes over, or dirt. I did not know that there was an option to erase, which is kind of upsetting because it's extremely, well, I'm not even going to say that. It's impossible to duplicate EA's grass. And while some of it is worth getting rid of, some of it isn't. Some of it is pretty decent. And I do not know how they achieve that multicolor look. I always end up getting like a dominant. It's either too bright or it's too dark or it looks dirty. I did not know I could erase. So I'll try to remember that going forward. I hope you guys are enjoying these. I have no idea. But I am. I'm having fun. And the decision for this as therapy is actually working, in case you're wondering. I am calming down, I guess. You know, I still have my moments, but it's the simple fact that you have something to, I guess, look forward to that makes the difference. Excuse the neighbor's dog. I have my window cracked. It's a really nice day, and I really don't feel like closing it. I'm sorry. I hope he's not too loud. But yeah, it's working for me, so whether anybody likes these or not is going to be beside the point, because this is helping me. I wish I had more to tell you, though. But maybe, you know, as far as therapy goes, that will change as I go along too. I won't feel so inadequate and useless and uninteresting and all them other good make it sound like I'm feeling sorry for myself, but I'm not. Believe me, I'm not. That's not the case. I'm just in a bad place, and I need to get out, and this is one way to help. So yeah, I did my cookie cutter gardening again. Oh, this is the end. About 3 minutes left. I like the flowers at the top this time. I wasn't displeased with that. You're gonna find out that that long window there is my favorite, but you will notice that I messed up. There's one window right there that I forgot to change color. See? Dummy. I know the pink and red are shocking, but she's an old lady and I think she would love this place. I really do. I know I would. I wouldn't mind living there. Yeah, these I did just pictures. I didn't do a walkthrough. See, because it's smaller. It's easier to get the angles and not have 8,000 humongous file pictures to go through. Try and match them up. I tried. I'm telling you, I tried with Openstead. I made it through the living room and I said, I can't do this anymore. So I just went back and did a walkthrough video. I do hope you don't mind, and I apologize if you do. So yeah, every single thing in this house and in Openstead is EA. There's no CC anywhere. No plants, no pictures, no carpets, oops, rugs. Isn't too thrilled with those curtains. But I like how the staircase turned out. That was okay. My typical kitchen. But I think a kitchen has to be along a wall. That's just me. That's the second floor. I think I gave her a decent size. Yeah, this is the kids for her grandkids. But I think I gave her a decent size bedroom and then a nice size office space. But I gave her that little TV because I figured, you know, she's older. She's going to spend more time on the computer than the TV. At least I do. And most people I know do that. They're not big into TV anymore. We don't necessarily care for the phone because the screen is too small, but we like our computers and Kindles. So if she wants to find out what the weather's going to be like, she can look at the TV. This is her bedroom. I put that picture up because I liked it, and I thought that can be her when she was young. I'm trying to think of the actress. I know one of them is Audrey Hepburn and Marilyn Monroe, and I think that's Joan Crawford. I never liked her. Alright, well, we're coming up on the end here. That was the last room. Oh, we're going to do the outside. Okay, well, this is the back porch. I'm so sorry. I got all the way to the end and choked. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to do this again. Yikes. Oh, I'm sorry. I choked, and now the dog is barking. Oh dear. Okay, well, I really appreciate the fact that you came out and watched this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You're welcome to leave a like, subscribe if you want to. I'm not going to hound anybody to do that. It's just cringy for me. I know I should, but I mean, if you want to, you will, right? You're not stupid. But I'm sorry I choked. I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.